already checked in. Get drivers out of race 6 to Marshall here. James, Arlen, Tyler, David. We'll get 2 of you on out here. Alrighty. We got drivers, we got marshals. It's going to be James in the 1, Mike in the 2. Go ahead and roll them off. Racing in turn 4. Go, go, go. Race 1. Off and underway. Got 25 laps this year instead of 30, so a little bit shorter. Oh, a pile up there. They get together. James and Mike, 1 and 2. Six, 8 for James that time by, pulling his lead to about 1 second now. Mike with a mistake, so it's going to be a bigger gap between first and second now. 3.5 between James and Mike. Mike Jr. getting his fast lap of the race that time by is 7-0, but James still holding on to it with a 6.79. $15 laps to go, 10 laps down, 15 left to go. James still out front, just behind second place, looking to put a lap on him. James with a 6.69 that time by, new fast lap of the race. And Mike also getting his best, a 6.81. A couple of them in a row there. And we're about at the halfway point now. All the trouble for Mike. James getting around 1 lap over him. First and second down the front straightaway. Six, 7 for Mike Kraft Jr. that time by. New fast lap of the race. See if he can unlap himself from James there, get his lap back. 5 more laps to go. He looks to the inside. Oh, they got together, but he ends up getting the worst out of it. James back around to get his lap on him. They're both avoiding that little wet spot on the back straightaway. Got 3 more laps left to go. And white flag, they'll be done this time by. Checkered flag. Oh.
James Chestnut done.
James still going to take it, but Mike getting his lap back, so he'll finish on the same lap there.
All drivers are finished. Mike Kraft Jr. done.
So James takes it. Mike Kraft Jr. in the 2 spot.
Chris
Race
Hall.
2, 13.5 sprint. Start checking in. Get 2 from that last one. Both of you guys back out here to Marshall.
Aaron Kennedy. Neil Houghton. Brian Erb. Michael L. 1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Sort yourselves out. And, oh, you probably don't know the order, do you? Let's see. It's Brian, Neil, Michael, Chris, Tom, and Aaron. Got it? All right. Go ahead and roll them off. Racing in turn 4. Go, go, go. Off and rolling here with race number 2, 13.5 sprint. Got a little bit of trouble going on there. Watch it on the back. Low on the back straightaway. Go low, go low. That's clear. Got Brian Erb up front in the number 5 car. Silver and black down the back straightaway. Chris Hall in the 2 spot. Tom Stivers in the 3. Neil Houghton 4. Watch it on the back. Watch on the back. All over the place. Low, 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 low. That's clear. Looks like order's going to change a little bit there. Now it's still Brian up front. Neil to the 2. Tom to the 3. Chris 4. Aaron 5. And Michael 6. So far, fast lap of the race is a 5.9 from Brian. Only driver to get below 6 seconds for the lap time. Down the front straightaway he goes. At just about the halfway point here, got 13 left to go. Brian getting a little sideways now. Neil only 1.7 out. Down the front straightaway go. That is, oh, Neil lost. No, he didn't really lose any time. Never mind. But Neil with about a lap over Chris now. Second and third on the same part of the track. But 1 lap apart. Chris and Tom battle for 3rd place, though. They'll be right together. So crossing by the line, Chris and then Tom. High out of 2. That's clear. Three laps to go. 3 left to go. Running through the order here, it's Brian, Neil, Chris, Tom, Aaron, and Michael. Oh, trouble. Someone going on the infield there, rejoining the track.
Brian Erb done.
Brian's done. Everybody
Aaron
else
Kennedy
done when he
done.
crossed.
Chris Hall done. Tom Stivers done. Michael L. done. All drivers are finished. Neil Houghton done.
All right, Brian taking it. Neil in the 2, Chris 3, Tom 4, Michael 5, and Aaron 6. Race 3, street stock start heading out and getting them checked in. It's going to be Mike Kraft Jr., Robert Summers, Scott Simon, Brandon Shrout, James Chestnut, Charles Jones, Arlen Simon, and David Johnson in this one start getting checked in. We'll get to you from the last race back out to corner marshal.
Charles Jones, Scott Simon, David Johnson, Arlen Simon, Mike Kraft Jr., Robert Summers, Brandon Shrout. 1 minute to the start of the race. James Chestnut. 45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, everybody checked in. It's going to be Mike Kraft Jr. on the 1, Robert in the 2, Scott 3, Brandon 4, James 5, Charles 6, Arlen 7, and David 8. All right. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Go ahead and roll them off. Racing in turn 4. Go, go, go. Off and rolling here, race 3. Good start there. Got Mike leading the pack in the all yellow. Robert in the blue and white. Scott, he's there in the white, purple, and gold. Oh, trouble for your leader. Getting looped around in turn 4 there. So it's going to be Robert Summers up front. Scott Simon in the 2 spot just behind him. 4 tenths behind. Brandon Shrout is there too. Only 3 tenths out. They both get around Robert. Scott to the 1. Brandon to the 2. Robert to the 3. Oh, Brandon and Robert bumping side by side. They're coming out of turn 4. Robert looking down the inside. But Brandon gets it back there coming down the front straightaway. Oh, and trouble free. Was that? I think that's Arlen getting sideways, not Scott. So Scott is still good. Oh, Scott getting through some lap traffic there. Oh, and he gets together with Arlen. That's going to put Brandon up front now. Robert 2. Scott now to the 3 spot. Mike Kraft right there with him in the 4. Oh, but Mike getting looped around. 10 more laps to go. Looking like Robert and Scott having a good battle for second place coming down the front straightaway, coming into turn 1. And hot lap of the race so far has been Mike Kraft Jr. with a 6.69. But some of the other guys running a little bit more consistent. But he's still there in the battle for a top 3 there coming down the front straightaway. Robert Scott and Mike Kraft Jr. But still Brandon up front. He's coming up on a few lap cars here if you guys try to give him a little bit of room. And he gets all around them there, so looking good. But Robert is super close there right behind him for the lead. 3 laps left to go. And at some point there, Mike got around Scott for third place. And this will be checkered flag here.
Brandon Shroud done.
Brandon taking it. Robert,
Robert
2.
Summers done.
Mike Jr. 3.
David
Scott
Johnson
4. David
Mike
5.
Kraft
Charles
Jr.
6.
done.
James 7. And
James
Arlen 8.
Chestnut done. Scott
So
Simon
top
done.
4 there were all really close. They
Arlen
should have a
Simon
good
done.
battle in the main.
All drivers are finished. Charles Jones done.
Again, running through that order, it was Brandon, Robert, Mike, Scott, David, Charles, James, and Arlen. That's how you'll line up in the main event. Race 4, open sprint and open late model. Start getting them checked in. Get 2 from the last race. Back out to Marshall.
Brian Erb. Chris Hall. Neil Houghton. Michael L. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, everybody's checked in. We got Marshall's. It'll be Brian and Michael in open sprint, and then Chris and Neil in late model. All right, drivers ready, Marshall's ready. Roll them off. Racing in turn 4. Off and underway. This is race 4, open sprint. Restart that one. Roll them off. Go, go, go. Off and rolling here. Race number 4. Sprint and late model combined. Chris and Neil having a good battle in the late model class. Coming down the back straightaway. Oh, that was Neil looping out there. So Chris going to get his gap over him. But Chris and Michael, they're in different classes, but right there together on the track. Michael getting around. Brian Erb with fast lap of the race at 6:30. Michael a 6:26 that time by, which was hot lap of the race. But then Brian taking it right back with a 6:20 and follows it up with a 6:10. So 2 really good laps there back to back. Coming up on the halfway point here, 13 laps to go. Brian with 5.5 over Michael. And then there's 4 seconds back to Chris. 1 second back to Neil. Chris and Neil right there together, coming down the front straightaway. Battle for the lead in a late model. Battle for third if you're counting everybody combined. Oh, trouble for Chris. Neil going to go by. 5 more laps to go. Oh, now Neil getting into the infield. Chris with trouble as well. Neil holding on to it for now. 3 more laps to go. Michael trying to get his lap back from Brian. Last lap here.
Brian Erb done.
Brian will finish up in the 1
Michael
spot.
Hall done.
Michael in the 2.
Chris Hall done. All drivers are finished.
So that's
Neil
Brian
Hayden done.
1, Michael 2 for sprint. Neil 1, Chris 2 for open late model. Race 5, first heat of Slash. Start getting checked in. This is Mike, Robert, Bob, Chris, and Charles. Get drivers from the last one back out to corner marshal.
Robert Summers. Mike Kraft Jr. Bob Portwood. Chris Chestnut. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Charles Jones. "15 seconds to the start of the
All
race.
right. It's me, Mike Kraft Jr., Robert Summers, Bob Portwood, Chris Chestnut, and Charles Jones. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready, roll them off. Racing in turn 4. Go, go, go. Off and rolling here, race number 5. Mike Jr. leading them around. Six for lap number 1 there from Mike Kraft Jr. Going to be fast lap so far. .654 that time by for Mike. Starting to walk away from second place. Robert and Bob, though, having a good battle for second there. Bob with his best is 6.9 that time by. Oh, Robert looping it in turn 3. Bob going to get around. $15 to go. 10 laps down, 15 to go. Ten laps to go. 10 more laps to go. Mike Kraft Jr. is 6 seconds over Bob Portwood. He's right behind him on the track, looking to put a lap on him. Bob with 8/10 over Robert. They're right there together. Just got Mike in between them. And then Charles in the 4 spot, Chris in the 5. Oh, some guys getting together there. That's going to, I believe that's Robert going to be out of this one or something. I don't know. It looked messed up, but I guess he's all right. 5 laps left to go. Watch turn 4, turn 4. Probably go high there. That's clear. Three laps to go, 3 laps left. Mike Kraft Jr., Bob Portwood, Charles Jones, Robert Summers, and Chris Chestnut, your running order. Everybody with some time in between them. Closest battle is for second place, and that's just 4 seconds. So looking like this is how it's going to end up here. Mike coming around for the checkered flag.
Mike Kraft Jr. done.
Mike winning the heat.
Chris Chestnut done. Charles Jones done.
That's
Bob
a
Portwood
race.
Done. All drivers are finished. Robert Summers done.
All right, Mike Kraft Jr. taking that one. Bob Portwood in the 2. Charles Jones 3. Robert Summers 4. And Chris Chestnut 5. Race number 6. Heat 2 of Slash. Start getting checked in. In this one, we got James, Arlen, Tyler, and David. Get a couple from that last race back out to corner marshal, please.
David Johnson. Arlen Simon. James Chestnut. Tyler Baker. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, let's go ahead and line them up this time by James Chestnut, Arlen Simon, Tyler Baker, and David Johnson. Going to be how you start there.
15
right,
seconds to the start
roll 'em
of the
off.
race.
Racing in turn 4. Go, go, go. Off and rolling here, race number 6, Slash Heat 2. Ten laps down, 20 left to go. Or sorry, that'll be 5 laps down, 20 left to go. James with 2 seconds over Arlen, starting to pull out his lead in that all orange Slash. Arlen got the white, purple, and gold in the number 2 spot. Tyler Baker, the red number 8, I believe, in that 3 spot. And then got David Johnson running there in the 4 spot, coming down the front straightaway. 10 laps down, 15 to go. 10 laps down, 15 left to go. James with hot lap of the race so far. It's a 6.68. Arlen is 6.93. Tyler is 7.01. And David is 7.07. Right now, your closest battle going to be for second place, Arlen and Tyler, but that's about quarter of a lap between them. Oh, trouble for third place. David going to close in. James coming by the line, going to be on his last lap here. Down the back straightaway he goes. And a 3 out of 4 and checkered flag.
James Chestnut done.
You'll be done next time you cross.
David Johnson done. Tyler Baker done. All drivers are finished. Arlen Simon done.
All right, so James taking that one. Arlen 2, Tyler 3, and David in the 4. That's it for our heats. We'll get going into the mains hopefully by 9 o'clock. All right, main lineup is posted. Go ahead and see what race you're going to be in. starting race 1 at 9 o'clock. If you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you know what race you're in, where you're starting at too. We'll be going racing at 9 o'clock. All right, race one, you can start heading out.